And welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and I'm here with Liz.
Hey.
If it's your first time listening or watching, you can always follow or subscribe. It's free, and you can always unfollow or unsubscribe, depending on if you're watching this on YouTube, Spotify, or if you're listening to this on any other podcast platform. We would really enjoy it. So how have you been, Liz? How have you been? I know been a while. It's been a bit.
I feel like it's been a while, even though we did one last week. Dude, it's been a week. Chaos at home and work has been nuts. I just
Wait,
the day of this airing, I will have 2 days ago, Friday. I have worked almost 11-hour day. It was fun doing 2 different departments.
Damn. Actually, you know what's funny? Another member of my team got awarded Employee of the Month again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Again? They've had it before?
Oh, yeah. What I mean, well, my team, as far as my team, like me and then another member.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And here's another joke. Here's the joke continuing on. That person also was gone for an entire week on vacation.
Of course.
So yeah.
What a model employee, being gone from work. All right, got it.
That's how useful we are, that our 3 weeks of work out of the 4 are so valuable that both of us. It was hilarious. It was funny when they got awarded. It's nice. I get the sentiment. They do appreciate us for what little we do get. But yeah, it was funny in context where both him and I took a week off of those months that we got awarded, and I'm like, damn. But we appreciate it's the joke. The joke is that's the joke, but we do appreciate the sentiment. At least it is holiday time. It is rough. We've complained a lot, at least on this show, about how our work has been due to lack of work, and things like that. It's wild how some companies are saying. I know a lot of people are like, there's so many layoffs. There's not a story, but there's so many layoffs happening. That are people just getting laid off here and there. The game industry has laid off so many people, like thousands of people. It's rough, and it's on the holiday season too.
I've been knowing a lot of people who've been laid off on their jobs right just before the holidays. It sucks. I mean, no bueno.
So like it sucks, and like I'm happy enough where I at least have a job that's, it's not the best of jobs, but it's a job that I get paid well enough to not complain. My hours aren't crazy. I work graveyard, but it is what it is. And for the most part, all I have to do is show up, do my job to my best of my abilities, and then clock out. And sometimes you can't ask more than that, right? There are little things, but when it comes to a job, in general, like a job and a career for the most part are similar and different. A career is something you're working towards, and a job is something you, in my opinion, is something you're using to just continue living, in a sense, to sustain yourself. And that's kind of how I see my job. Like I'm sustaining. I once thought of having a career, but that's kind of skewed these days with this economy and things like that. And with this holiday season. What are your thoughts?
I agree. It's crazy. I can't say that I have set schedule. My schedule is all over the place. and of course, when call outs happen, I'm always changed and directed elsewhere, and so yeah, it's a never ending game. I feel like this happens. That's like I felt like this is a repeat of my first 2 weeks back originally from my last uh last takeoff time. I was out for a lot longer, coming back, and I only had about 4 weeks before I went back out again. But it was just so funny. It was like, oh, I am doing this again. Is this gonna be repetitious?
Yeah, that's kind of
Is it
yeah.
Fridays instead of Wednesdays now? So we'll see. I am curious how everything will play out.
Bruh.
And yeah, we'll find out. So
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's ridiculous, right? Like it's you think you're moving from one thing to another, but you're just like it doesn't change much. You're still stuck in the similar hole, just a different hole, right?
yeah,
And
it's been interesting. They were joking yesterday, so because we had 3 call outs yesterday.
oh,
And I was, yeah, I was balancing both 2 departments. Another person was balancing 2 departments. So it was quite an interesting how it was going to partake. And they were like, oh, do you want to do 3 things today? I'm like, no, I don't think I can do 3 things. I'm not pulling a triple. I'm sorry. And I joked with the pharmacist because I had worked with this pharmacist on Wednesday when it was my day up in the ED, and he was like, it's Liz. This is just going to be crazy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And then I teased him on the way from lunch. I'll be like, so, are you regretting what you just said? Because you have no technician right now.
damn. Oh, goddamn.
He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, that's about right.
Oh, God. All right. So it's rough. Mostly it's holidays. It's the end of the year. It's our last episode for the month. So we're not going to try to make it too about us. But yeah, we're trying to get everything ready. It's been hectic for us. We just getting up to record this episode was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did not plan on sleeping 9.5 hours practically after working an 11-hour day, but apparently I did.
So yeah. But yeah, so just before we jump into the stories, don't forget, if you want to help us to end the year, help us by sharing the show on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter, whatever you want to call that. Tell people about the show, word of mouth, just let people know. It is the best holiday gift you can give us by sharing the show. Just let people know about us, share it, but if you want to help us financially and get yourself something for the new year, buy merch at merch.tyrantdominus.com, link down in the description, and grab yourself something to represent that you are a member of the Convoluted crew. And it helps us out a lot, definitely. But yeah, actually talking about work, we had a story I wanted to start with, but let's talk. I want to start with this one story that I completely jogged my memory. We're going to talk about last week. It's about a woman who about a woman who was sentenced to work fast food after hurling food at a Chipotle worker.
Dude, that's awesome.
So what are you, just hearing that, what are your just initial thoughts? Just hearing the
Dude,
title.
That's amazing. And then I would make that employee who got thrown food at to throw it back at them. Just for payback.
So yeah, that's what she was sentenced. Let's see what this article has for us. Okay. So Emily Russell was working at the Ohio Chipotle when an angry customer, Rosemary Hine, violently hurled a hot bowl of food in her face, an attack that was caught on video. Holy shit, I didn't know that. Like, I thought it was just a burrito. Now Haynes, who was found guilty last week of assault, has agreed to work in a fast food restaurant to avoid jail time. Ooh, okay. Do you want to walk in Russell's shoes for 2 months and learn how people should treat people, or do you want to do your jail time. Judge Timothy Gilligan asked Hines at her sentencing. All right, we'll stop there for a second. So what do you think? Just hearing this, what do you think of people getting a alternative punishment to their crimes?
I mean, it's great because then you get them out of jail because our jail cells obviously are overrun and overcrowded.
Well, yeah,
So
they are. They're literally like legal slaves in there.
Yeah. So I apologize. I think it's a great alternative to everything that's going on with the jail system. So I guess that would kind of make people see it's an eye opener, you know?
Okay, let's continue.
You okay?
No, you're fine. I'm just typing. I'm just hearing what you're saying. I'm listening. I have to do multiple things at once, Liz.
I know.
All right, so I said I like to walk in her shoes. Hines responds. It's not clear in which restaurant Hines will work, and her attorney didn't immediately return at the request for comment, but the sentence comes as a violence against fast food and retail workers is on a rise, with one survey finding that 6 in 10 retail employees had witnessed a violent incident at their work last year. Holy shit! So what are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Just hearing that, how?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. COVID has done some stupid shit to people.
That is true.
It's kind of sad. It's true. We're seeing it on the news every day. So why we're just redirecting it? I mean, we should have that make a focus of the punishment. If you can do that, we're gonna make you suffer for what retail workers do. I don't know if 2 months is worth it. I think 6 months might be a good settlement. Working 48 hours plus a week to endure what everybody else is enduring. I wonder if she'll get paid for this. I mean, it'd be interesting. See how easily she brings home cash.
True. Let's see here. So Hine was originally sentenced to 180 days behind bars. So that's what? Do math. 6 months, half a year. Half a year is still a chunk of time, with 90 days of suspension. But in accepting the judge offer, she will reduce her sentence by 60 days. So she's still going to jail. That's good. I think that's respectable. But by working 20 hours per week at a fast food locations for 2 months. So they have to work a minimum 20-hour shift at a fast food location for 2 months. So that's we'll say they're
60 days.
60 days.
Yeah, 60 days. 2 months. Yeah.
So let's hear. In an interview with the local Fox station, Gilligan said that he was inspired to give Hines the chance to see the world through victims' eyes, while also reducing the cost to the taxpayers from incriminating Hines for a longer period. I thought, why should the taxpayers pay for her and feed her for 90 days in a jail if I can teach her a sense of empathy? That's interesting. That's an interesting way. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Russell, I was shocked. Russell told CBS Money Watch that she was relieved at the outcome and that Hines will learn to see the world through the different perspective, that a hired worker simply trying to make an honest buck. I've been saying she's lucky she's working 20 hours. I was working 65 hours a week, said Russell's 26, a 26-year-old. At her schedule at Parma, Ohio, Chipotle at the time. 65 hours a week. That's, what is that? That's like at least 6 days a week minimum. That's ridiculous. So she also said that while Hines apologized to her at the sentencing, Russell didn't believe that she was sincere. Yeah, most people aren't, and refused to make eye contact with her attacker. She said that she had a bad day and was not the way you react to when you have a bad day, to throw food at someone else's face. That's agreeable. It's one of those things, like, it's hard to get this is just for the apologists out there. It's hard to get a genuine apology out. Mostly if it's a sentence, like, you're kind of being forced to apologize. I'm not going to deny that. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things where I feel sorry for. I think that's who she is, Russell, who worked at Russell, who worked at a Chipotle for more than 4 years, was earning only 19 an hour when Hines assaulted her. That is not, yeah, we're getting paid 19 an hour is not worth the assault. um,
Mm-mm.
and said she quit a month later because she felt unsupported by the restaurant chain. Yeah, which said she never reached out to her, after the incident. She also said she had to work an additional 4 hours after Heinz threw the burrito bowl in her face.
That is crazy.
Oh god, I was in shock. My customers had seen me get food thrown in my face, she noted, and she added the police quickly tracked Heinz down because she had ordered online, and so the restaurant had her contact information. Chipotle didn't immediately reply to the request for comment. Russell now works at a Rising Cane restaurant as a new crew member, but nothing. Hoping to get promoted to manager, she added. No one should ever go through any physical attack, she told CBS. I want everyone to know it's okay to have a bad day, but not do anything like this. So yeah, it's one of those things when it comes to these things, it's like, yeah, the rise of violence has been going up. We've been talking about stories like crazy throughout the last 2 years alone, and mostly, and it's usually, sadly, it's as far as like very heinous crimes. When it's just these like outbursts, it's like mostly like fast food and retail workers taking the brunt of it because they're just there. They're just like trying to earn
a decent living wage, and again, because our boomer parents don't think we work a lot of hours to get what we need.
So,
65 hours a week. Jeez, she had no life.
Oh yeah, no.
She's 26 years old.
No, for that, like, I personally work roughly 40-ish, a little over 40, but, and maybe because of my life being a graveyard, that my life is what it is, but I still have some semblance of life. So I could, yeah, that, but I did work full time and a part time and went to school. That kind of will do something to you. But the other thing is, it sucks that Chipotle never reached out. Kind of, like one of your employees gets assaulted, and you don't even say go and like check on a very, very quote viral moment for your restaurant chain. That's another thing, and it's very, very unapologetic at that point as far as the company chain. Like, the least they can say.
Oh, my point, you work 65 hours a week. That's fine. She can do it. Keep working 4 hours after you got throwing food in your face. Okay, you're good.
So at least she's making a note of it and making some level of community awareness to share the story. Because that's one of the things I'm glad is that we get to share her story. Just to get people some awareness of what's happening out there, because yeah, we all have bad days. Like Liz and I can attest to that. We've all had bad days. But we, for the most part, I know some people can't manage them, but I think me and Liz have, for the most part, learned how to cope with a few things to a point where we're like, we can handle it to a point where we're not affecting other random bystanders. It's not like they're not the.
We just talk about them here on our podcast. And that feels like a great venting.
This is how.
So everybody else can hear it, and then everybody just goes, "Yeah, that's bullshit." Okay, moving on.
Exactly. Any final thoughts on this one, Liz? Nope. All right, we're gonna jump into the next story, the one we were originally gonna start with, because we're gonna stick with the food news. And sticking with some court cases,
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to read that one?
Yep, I'll do that one. Hopefully I can do it without choking to death today. YouTube star MrBeast can't use these nuts name to sell candy bars anymore after a lawsuit by a Jacksonville company.
Oh, okay.
Jacksonville, Florida, the legal battle between Jacksonville-based peanut company D's Nuts, D-E-E apostrophe S Nuts, and YouTube superstar Jimmy Donaldson has come to an end, and D's Nuts got what it wanted. In August, D's Nuts, a company based in Duval County that sells millions of dollars of gourmet flavored peanuts and apparel each year, filed a federal civil lawsuit against Feastables Incorporated, which is backed by Donaldson, alleging trademark infringement. I don't know.
It's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things. There's like it's wording in language. This is where it's just all legalese.
Yeah, but a D's, D-E-E apostrophe S, or a D's as in MrBeast, D-E-Z. I mean, and they're not exactly doing.
But
they're doing chocolates.
But phonetically, when you hear these nuts, I think that's what they're getting at. Because if anyone's listening to this, if you're listening, it sounds like you're saying the exact. That's a problem. It's like when you're listening to this, just word, these nuts and these nuts almost sound exactly the same. I think that's what they're getting at. And it's one of those things where like, I see what you're trying to do here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had when I took business class in so many years ago. Oh my god. We had a similar idea of a lawsuit that happened, and it was one of our local companies here. They wound up winning. Yeah, it was really interesting. So it's all about the trademark, but it's different. Donaldson, better known to his millions of followers as MrBeast, owned a line of products under Feastables, which includes candy bars sold across the country. His candy bars include 3 flavors, but it was the milk chocolate and peanut butter flavored D's Nut that caught the attention of D's Nut LLC because of the name. So D's Nut sued. Last week, a federal judge approved a permanent injunction between D's Nuts and Feastables that said that MrBeast backed a company can no longer use the name D's Nuts and anything else resembling D's Nuts to sell its candy bars. Details of the settlements between the two companies are not made public, other than what was disclosed related to the injunction. Court documents state that Feastables had agreed that D's Nuts is confusingly similar to D's Nuts trademark. It is unclear if the settlement included any monetary damages. D's Nuts snack bar is still available for purchase at the Feastables website as of Tuesday for the cost of $29.99 for a 10-pack. The webpage included a photo of smiling MrBeast holding one of the candy bars.
Okay, so it sounds like this is a case which serves as a prime example of how companies, regardless of the size or public recognition, actively tries to protect their brand identities and trademarks through these legal means. Well, when they feel like intellectual property is being like infringed upon, and it underscores the importance of clarity and decisiveness in branding to avoid potential trademarks and conflicts and subsequent legal ramifications. It's ridiculous, right? But it is one of those things you're trying to protect your brand. That's the thing. And
yep.
Well, at least for now, for if people go out to their local stores and still buy some of those D's Nuts chocolates before they all go away, they're gonna be the last time you'll see that branding specifically.
They should hold on to it in case it never goes bad.
Like I have some original D's Nuts chocolates, guys.
20 years later, come out with it.
But yeah, it's one of at least you can because you can still buy a 10-pack for like $30. Have you had them at all?
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
To kind of give my brief review, I've had their original milk, their original chocolate, their dark chocolate, their peanut butter chocolate, and their D's Nut chocolates. They're fine. They're in the darker chocolate side of flavoring, in my opinion. I'm not a super fan of dark chocolate, but I don't mind a piece or two every once in a while. But definitely, it's not like it's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea when it comes to chocolates. So
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I feel like they're a regular Hershey's bar to me. They're kind of
ooh,
upgraded.
you don't want to say that. He hates it when people say that. Liz said that,
I mean,
guys.
it's not like it's super exaggerating. I don't think it's like, oh, it's all hyped up to be. I'm like, it's okay. It's not like super grand. Like, I like dark chocolate. Don't get me wrong. I love dark chocolate. And yeah, something about it just doesn't sit right with me for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if it's just. It's okay. It's okay to me. It's not like I'm really I just tell people they're okay. They're decent for what they are. If we get them on sale,
That's what I.
don't pay full price.
All right. All right, let's move on. Let's actually kind of stay in the retail game actually. Here. Let's see here. Let's talk about a grocery store clerk dies after a customer impales him with a golf club. People say, talk about retail problems. We're just gonna keep. We're gonna stick here for a little bit longer, guys. We're gonna stick here a little bit longer. But that's just hearing that is ridiculous. Impales him with a golf club. Oh God. Okay, so let's see what is this? So, a Minneapolis store clerk died after a customer beat him and impaled him with a golf club. Police said the 66-year-old clerk was attacked Friday at an Oakville grocery, a small neighborhood store in a residential area near downtown Minneapolis. The 44-year-old suspect is jailed on suspicion of murder.
It is already. The guy died.
I know, right? Police responded to the call just before 1 p.m. and found the victim behind the counter with a golf club impaled through his torso. Oof. According to the news release from
not a single fuck was given this day.
Oh, the clerk died at the hospital. Yeah. The information from the witnesses led police to the apartment buildings across the streets. Police Chief Brian O'Hara said at a news conference late Friday that the suspect was barricaded himself inside for 6 hours. After a lengthy negotiation, officers took the man into custody without incident. That's good, at least. Police are still investigating to determine what prompted the attack. And O'Hara said that it appears that the suspect had collected some items from the store for purchase and taken them from the counter. It appears he went behind the counter and then begun to assault and bludgeon the individual behind the counter in a very gruesome way. Neighbors told the Minneapolis Star Tribune that the clerk was a longtime fixture at the grocery store. We are broken, quote, we are broken, our hearts, we are broken, our hearts are broken. Who said that she was a friend of the victim. This is sad. A memorial set up outside the store and was adorned with candles, flowers, and a photo. We know this neighborhood is hurting tonight, O'Hara said. So yeah, that's disappointing. Talk about like a soul, the having a bad day, kind of, right?
Yeah, that was extremely beyond the food throwing. That's physical assault with an actually like a deadly weapon, and it wind up being deadly. That is like so brutal. The way to die too. Like, this person has been a fixture, known to work there forever, and damn, didn't even make retirement. Fuck.
Ooh, I don't even want to think about that. That sucks.
66 years old and you die behind a counter.
That's a joke I always say at work. It's like, I just don't want to die at work. Like it's
so sad. It's so scary, and it just seems like people are getting more and more violent. Like, what is that end result, guys? That's my question. What is the end result of being violent to people who have been working behind a physically demanding job? Why is it so hard to understand that that's how you start off your life, and some people never leave that retail side. It sucks. I haven't really left retail. I still kind of work retail. I got a little bit of a shield though. Got like a thick glass between me and the person. So, but still,
It's one of those things where it's just like it's something that shouldn't have happened, right? It was just like, uh, it sounded like there was, because we don't know. They're still investigating what happened. That's the thing we don't know. But it sounds like there was a scuffle of some sort, right? And from the looks of it, it just went. Why he had a golf club, or unless they sold golf clubs in that area, you know. That's the other thing. But it's so saddening that this one leads to a death compared to the last one where it just kind of led to some discouragement, definitely, and a very different outcome to the sentencing. But it's crazy to just hear it when you hear this moment.
And look at that shit.
I know, right? It's
So
crazy. It's so sad too.
because yeah, if you like lived in the area and if you see someone so many times and it's just that was like, oh, that was the last time you see this individual.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel sad for the community who was there, who, if that was their like local, if that was their local kind of like, why can I think, if that was their local grocery store or their like mini mark or something, you know, because some people, there's a lot of times when you see the same people over and over and they become your regulars, and then like
Mm-hmm.
and then they're gone.
I mean, we all had that going, you know, for our retail establishment that we both worked at. We were very familiar with the regular customers, and we saw them, and they knew us by name. And sometimes it was, you know, it's like that great sentiment, but like that went to extreme for this person. The fact that this person was probably a regular customer and then did this extreme assault.
So yeah, it's disappointing. All right, let's kind of jump into kind of more of another level of disappoint. I know we weren't going to talk about disappointment, but sadly, some people are going to lose their smiles, Liz. Some people are going to lose their smiles. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I actually have somebody who
I'll
has
let you
an
go.
opinion about it too.
Okay, go for it then. I'll let you read the article.
Nothing to smile about. The sudden demise of Smile Direct Club.
So
Customers left adrift after.
oh yeah, sorry. So do they announce what it is? Okay, so for anyone who wants to just a quick glance, Smile Direct Club was a monthly subscription service that helped do teeth correcting. That, remember that, right?
Yeah, basically like corrective.
To straighten your teeth.
dentistry, basically.
So yeah,
Straighten your teeth, like without braces, but.
yeah, I remember a few of my family members were thinking about getting it a couple years back. So what happened?
Customers left adrift after controversial teeth straightening company announces immediate closure. Smile Direct Club is shutting down 2 months after filing for bankruptcy.
Wait, how long?
The collapse of the U.S.
Couple months? 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
Oof.
Filing bankruptcy. The collapse of the U.S.-based online company who specialized in invisible aligners for teeth straightening has left many of its customers confused and stranded, said the BBC. A statement on the firm's website said that irrespective of the treatment progress, customers will no longer have access to additional aligners or any customer support. As a last-ditch attempt to rescue Smile Direct Club failed, the BBC reported, because the firm was weighed down by debt. Unprofitable year after year, Smile Direct Club once promised to revolutionize the oral care sector, the Washington Post said, by offering clear dental aligners as a faster and cheaper substitute for traditional braces. The company, which attracted more than 2 million clients since 2014, found it kept costs low by distributing its aligners direct by post rather than require customers to visit a dentist or orthodontist. When it began trading on the stock market in 2019, SDC was valued at $8.9 billion.
Ooh.
It was initially backed by celebrity endorsements including Queer Eye star Jonathan Van Ness and the Love Island host Ariel Vandenberg. But over time, the stock plummeted in value, ABC News said,
Damn,
as
yeah.
the company proved to be unprofitable year after year.
It sounds like they're okay.
Alone,
But yeah, it does sounds like they were just going under. And
so one of my pharmacists is married to a dentist.
okay. So what do you have? What information you got?
So the spouse said, "Never do Smile Direct Club."
Okay.
Because you have to sign a document that says if they can't fix your teeth, they can't fix your teeth. And if you use the corrective things and they don't fix what they need to be fixed, you can't come back at them.
So kind of like
I'm probably paraphrasing this to an extent, but essentially you have to sign a contract saying if they can't fix it, they can't fix it. That's just it. You're screwed, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, it's not our fault if we can't fix your problem, but
exactly. But yeah, that's what they were saying. It's like, oh, well, you can't. Yeah. So yeah, it was really. It's a really shitty company because of in that essence, and because you weren't being seen and directed by a doctor or a person of some sort. They just kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a shitty thing, and it happens. What do you do with that situation? Yeah, it's a pretty crappy thing, but it was the truth. That's what the spouse was saying. It's like, don't do it. You're gonna get screwed over, and of course, yeah. Now you're really getting screwed over because if you were a customer, now you're left hanging.
That is just so
literally.
It got closed down now, right? It's sad. It's disappointing that this is where they're at now. And it sounds like the company went under. And does it say anything about what's going to happen to some of the customers or anything?
I'm trying to read some of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through it as well. But yeah, overall, as you're kind of scrolling through it is disappointing that there can be some scheduled things when it comes to companies. You just never know what you're signing up to because people don't sometimes read. We've talked about this. No one reads their terms of services or any of these things because they're just too long. You know, we're not gonna deny that we're the best of reading stuff here, right? But we do our best. We do our best to get through it. And it's if someone says like, yeah, like if someone said, wait, this thing never worked, and like, nope, you signed this that says like if we couldn't fix your teeth, we're not available, to quote to paraphrase what one of your friend's dentist partners said. And it can be very disappointing when you don't get your results, because it's one of those things where it's people's appearances and it's one of those things people like worry about and things like that. It's this day and age right now.
Yeah, teeth is important. You take care of your teeth. I mean, granted, my brother's going through it right now, and the tooth is supposedly dying. So,
ooh, you know,
go ahead.
No,
I'm gonna finish this quote. For some experts, that company's disclosure may be a blessing in disguise. Writing on X, the British Dental Association (BDA) said it shouldn't have taken a bankruptcy to protect patients from harm. The BDA called for the decent laws and effective regulation, adding that the dentists who are left to pick up the pieces when providers like Smile Direct Club wholly inappropriate treatment.
So I got a few like things I was kind of reading through this too a little bit. So it looks like some of the challenges that the customers are facing is some customers now face uncertainty regarding potential refunds or reimbursements for incomplete treatment because apparently they still have to pay for it. That is ridiculous. You're not getting any more retainers or any of that stuff, but you still have to finish your payments. That is ridiculous. Let's see here. What else is here?
Some people started it but never got the treatment too.
That's yeah. So imagine if you were one of those people who got it in October or September, no, done. Then so you just threw money into the toilet basically. So the closure has sparked calls for better regulations, laws to safeguard patients in the healthcare sector. Yeah, definitely it's one of those things. The self-care sector is. We talk a lot about that. It's not the nicest things to patients, definitely. But it's one of those things like it just has to be a little bit more. We have to be more on the patient side of things because, we are the ones paying for it at this point. So so some of the things are like experts are seeing these closures as a pivotal moment to reevaluate the regulatory framework and prioritize patient safety in remote healthcare services. Situations underscore needs for more effective regulations to ensure patients' welfare and accountability in this rapidly evolving landscape. Because yeah, for the most part, when it comes at least it comes to my teeth, I've never been too conscious. That's the word, right? Conscious. Yeah, I think that's the word.
Yeah.
The most I worry about, at least my mouth, is keeping them like brush your teeth twice a day. I should floss more. That's kind of the thing that I lack of, and at least doing your dental visit once a year. Trying to just do that. That's the most I worry about. Because I enjoy my food enough where I want to keep my teeth nice.
Well, you got some patients here who can't even bite into an apple because they use these aligners, or they fell or cracked as a result of the treatment.
Ooh, damn.
That's why you don't trust online. There's no orthodontist involved.
And what sucks is like it's one of those things where it's not cheap either. It's like one of those things why people go to like these places like Smile Direct just because it's affordable. And that's the other thing is once we're talking about it's like it's hard to get affordable health care, not only in the mouth and dental care, but it's just healthcare as the body, mental, vision, all that stuff. It's just like the things that is needed for us to better ourselves slightly is behind a paywall, basically. Like, do you want better eyesight? Oh, you have to spend $200 on some glasses. Do you want to be able to not feel pain when eating? You drop another $500. Do you not want to? Are you having a hard time?
You want to be able to hear? You got to pay $1,000.
Are you having trouble due to some mental stress? Pay another $3,000 for some sessions. And that's just like, that's all behind a paywall that people don't have the money for. And then people wonder why people are in the state they are in now.
I think we're going to see some incredible changes in the next few years. I think it's just a slow realization. It may take a bit, but I feel like we're in the process because we're seeing this as a huge epidemic, basically, of mental and unable to do this. I mean, I feel like a crash is coming soon because of all the crap that's going to happen. It's hitting the fan. Shit is going to hit, and it's going to fly. So, we're seeing an overload of mental. We're seeing an overload of dental. It's a huge thing. I think we're seeing a lot of effects of everything through the pandemic has really affected a lot of people, and we're going to see a huge uptick of things in the next few years, and then we're going to see some correctiveness, hopefully, knock on wood.
All right. Oh, do I have a knocking sound effect? Give me a second.
Kudos to Plutos.
Fuck me, right?
Nope. No knocking there. All right then. So the last couple things we're going to be talking about are two similar things, but they're luckily we're going to be watching a video to kind of coordinate what we're going to be talking. So we have some additional context a little bit, and because Liz needs a little break from talking, so we decided, you know, there's some videos we can watch to make it easy on Liz. So just give us 1 second. All right, we're back. So the girl learns hard lessons of being too friendly with cops. This is with Cinnamon Toast Ken. So we'll put a link to the description.
Cinnamon Toast Ken, and that over there is Buff Pro. Today we're checking out some body cam footage, and this was titled 20-year-old learning her lesson the hard way. And now I took a peek.
A young kid handling situations. Body cam footage has been kind of our staple this year, hasn't it? We've been watching a lot of body cam footage this year.
Down in the comment section on this one, and it seems like the lesson that she learns in this video isn't not to do things that are illegal. It's not to give the friendly police consent to frivolous searches.
Oh God. Oh, okay. I'm ready to jump into this video. Yeah, I haven't watched the video yet. I saw a little bit. I'm like, okay. What is this? I want to share it with Liz.
Okay. So yeah, let's see what it's about. But I think it's what it sounds like it's going to be just from the comment section is that she's going to like going to be friendly and nice, and the cops, she doesn't have anything to hide, and the cops get her with the, oh, you wouldn't mind if we search your car, and they do, and they find something. Right, but you know, you shouldn't have. Oh, we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll see how it goes. Before we get to it, though, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Right?
Yes, follow us too.
How dare you?
Subscribe to us.
Dare you?
Follow
Cinnamon Toast. My numbers up, please. And thank you guys very much for pumping up the gaming channel. Like I said, it passed $200,000, 200,000 subscribers. Whoa! Anyway, I got 200,000 subscribers. So
he's that way. He's behind the way down.
Skip that a little bit.
Abandoned vehicle. Oh.
Amazing. All right, let's get to this thing.
The car is coming back as an abandoned vehicle. Oh, really? It's my dad's car, but... Okay. Did he have it towed in, like, Miami? It was towed in Miami. I had it towed in Miami, and we had to get it back. Okay, so you were driving it in Miami? Yes. Okay. And he knows he had to get the whole thing notarized. Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on so far. So this car got towed somewhere else, and it's coming back as it's like they didn't take it out.
That's interesting. So...
the system or something, and they're like, whoa, hang on a minute.
I had to get it notarized to take it out?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
like that's weird, man. I don't know.
Go to the
that is weird. That is weird.
And like get them to put the stamp on there. Okay.
So when a car gets towed and the owner is not present, cop runs your tag, it's gonna pop up. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I got towed like a month ago, so I'm surprised this is the first time.
Did she get the car towed and like sneakily got it untowed and didn't tell Dad? Is that what happened here?
What are your thoughts, Liz? Just hearing that.
Find out.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I always love. Thank you so much for pulling me over and putting me through. Thank you. I know you're.
Yeah, never fun. Oh God, that is the most like waste of time sometimes when it's something just frivolous. You know. When was the last time you got pulled over? That's a while. If you have to think about it.
It's been quite a bit. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
So yeah,
I was just super tired and trying to get around somebody who was driving really slow. Like it was a 55-mile-per-hour zone, and they dropped to 45. And I was like, not even 45 yet on this road. Got really pissy and got around the person. So I was going like 62. Ooh.
Appreciate it. I love wasting my time.
I don't have anything against cops at all. Like I think it's like they're doing their job or whatever. But I always think it's funny when people are like, "Thank you so much." It's like getting pulled over and getting a ticket for speeding. Thank you so much for this, for stopping me. It's like, yeah, okay.
Appreciate it.
While checking the woman's license, another officer arrives on scene.
Hi. What's going on? Not much.
Yeah. Okay. Just driving home.
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay, seems normal. Seems normal.
Back up, so.
Okay.
All right, do you need backup? What?
Yeah, she needed.
So for some people who don't know, it's different in different states and stuff like that. At least for Oregon, the cops will always be for the most part. This is what I briefly know is like whenever there's a cop around, there's always gonna be say there's two people in the car, there has to be 2 cops plus 1, always plus 1 to the amount of people. So that's why you always see backup. It's because if there's one person, they need to be 2 cops in the area. 5 people, there need to be 6. So that's why sometimes you see multiple cars things. That's as far as I know for Oregon. I don't know if other states are different, but that's kind of what I know about Oregon. So if you have 4 people in your car, there's going to be 5 cops around.
Your back up real bad, I guess.
Have you been pulled over before?
I have been.
Oh, okay.
Back in 2018.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want you to be like nervous.
I don't know. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, talk about being nervous in this day and age for cops, right?
Yeah,
I just don't want you to be
remember
nervous.
A video of a woman. This has been quite a few years ago. She was, because she gets nervous, she was laughing, and the cop was like, "What are you laughing for?" That's what I do when I get nervous. I'm like, I'm surprised she's not doing that. I mean, I get nervous too. I'm like, ah.
As I stand right here at your window.
As I make you nervous.
Jeez, dude.
The officer makes note of her moving her purse out of the line of sight. So she puts her money or a little purse back into her purse, and the cop asks if she can search the car. Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
It's one of those things when you make movements, that's what cops get scared of, you know? Because it's been like myself, it's been a long time since I've been pulled over, at least 3-4 years. But my mental note is to always like keep my hands on the steering wheel, like no, don't do anything. Because we've read enough news stories to not do anything stupid, you know. And and with the color of my skin, I might end up in a body bag.
Don't say that.
Or Liz might end up being a Karen on one of those TikTok clips.
I don't have the haircut for it, so we're good.
There you go.
Mind if I search the car?
At this point, you say, "I do not consent to a search. Thank you." Oh, and she said, "That's fine." Oh man, why?
Yeah, that's the other thing is people forget that you have to give permission to search without a warrant. Like if you really don't have anything to hide, that's fine. But why add more time to being pulled over? You know, just kind of get on with your day. You know, stop wasting also the cops' time. They have other things to deal with.
You don't have to give them permission. They ask for it and you give it to them, and they're going to go look. And if they find something, they're going to stick you with. Oh yeah, okay. I see why the comments are like they are in this video.
I think they can get that thrown out though.
If I search the car?
Like, that's kind of where my head went. Like if the lawyers watch the body cam footage right here and be like, okay, all right, we're gonna
watch as this cop does this. All right.
Can I ask why you guys are searching the car? She asked. Okay.
Why are you guys searching the car? Because she asked.
That's not a very good reason.
Dun dun dun.
Oh snap! Damn, that is good.
Okay, what we're looking at for anyone listening, so we are watching a video. So for anyone listening, for the most part, we are watching as a cop who pulled over is searching the purse. I forget that we are an audio podcast too, and she pulled out 2 IDs. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What's on the bottom? Let's see, her keys.
It looks like a lip gloss and some serum. It looks some paperwork in the background.
Okay.
The purse, obviously.
This doesn't look like her ID she had earlier. This one looks a little sideways. Uh-oh.
Oh,
she's got her fake ID so she can get into clubs and probably get that tattoo she got. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. You probably should have said no to your search. Uh-oh.
Do you have a medical marijuana card?
I do not.
No. Do you ever smoke weed?
I have.
How long has it been since you smoked weed?
I smoked yesterday.
Did you?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, who's your dealer?
Right?
You know, sometimes being too honest can be a detriment, you know. Oh God.
Where'd you live?
Yeah, right. Where'd you get
How
it?
much it cost you? All right, that's a good price. That's a good price. Jeez.
It's like, you need to like Mirandize me at some point here, or
that is ridiculous.
She read anything or no?
No.
I did have a weed.
A what?
She did have a weed pen in her
A
car.
weed pen.
Is that what it was? What she had down there?
Maybe that's what it was, that green thing.
Okay, so all
Maybe.
right.
I don't know. I didn't know what it was. I was like, I'm not making anything.
I was looking at it, but I couldn't tell.
All right, if we're gonna talk about anything like a weed pen, I gotta read you your rights, okay?
Okay.
You know, the Miranda rights, at least, you know, some people like cite it and stuff. At least she has the thing that you can read them, which is fine.
Let's back that up. If you're going to start telling off on yourself, let me make sure that you're aware that you do not have to tell me all this. This is like one of those, like, she's got things that are illegal, but it's also like, is she a bad person kind of thing? So like, I wonder where this is going to go, if they're just going to like take it away from her and let her go.
That's a real, like, that. It doesn't seem like she's malicious. She just seems like a dumb kid. She had fake IDs to probably go to the,
Very dumb kid.
like, she had a fake ID probably to go to a club or a bar. She had weed, which it's kind of the thing now.
It's legal in a lot of states. Not there. Wherever she was.
Yeah. So let's like Ken said, let's kind of see where it goes. But it's that's the other thing. Is like malicious intent. That's kind of what I wanted. The intent of this.
Go if they're gonna like start charging her like drug charges and stuff here. Like, where's this going?
All right, you have the right to remain silent, not answer any questions, right? Yeah, she said she has a marijuana pen in there.
Had fake IDs.
And you have fake IDs.
And you're still telling us stuff. I just told you. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, quit telling them everything.
This is like, they're the nice cops, and she's like, yeah, well, you know, I do have this stuff, and and they're not just going to be like, oh, cool, you're free to go, right? Like, it's like shouldn't have this stuff, but at the same time, there's no reason, they don't have no reason to search for these things. Like, there's no reasonable suspicion or probable cause for them to even be looking for any of this stuff.
She even has to search her car.
Yeah, and she's just been like, no, and then left. You know, that she would have sat there until they got the thing cleared and figured out what to do with the car. And if the car was still missing or whatever, they probably would have took the car anyway. At that point, they would have searched and inventoried and everything. But still, they wouldn't have been like, I guess, thinking that everything's going to be cool if she works with them, but she's just screwed.
She just screwed herself over. Like, as much as you want to work with the cops to kind of get it, sometimes you're just adding more problems. You know,
Yourself over, right?
Yeah. Well, you just got your local friendly cop here just protecting and serving. You know what I mean? That's all they're doing.
Yeah, well, you got your weed and your fake IDs, you know, and we got another one. It's like, you're always of two minds, like, well, you shouldn't be doing that. But it's also at the same time, you don't have to let the cops just do whatever they ask, you know?
Right.
Right. But I'm assuming that the charges are either going to be dropped or she'll be doing like community service or something.
Not a single fuck was given this day.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, you had these made up.
They were ordered.
So you had them made up.
Not me personally, but
What do you mean not you personally?
my friend did.
Our friend. Who's your deal? Who's your friend?
she's throwing her friend under the
Girl
bus.
keeps digging her hole. She keeps digging that hole. Just dive it in, man. Quit talking.
like so ridiculous.
Friend, what's their name?
Like, what are they for?
I don't know. I have them. My friends got them because we're all in college, and they want me to come and visit them in college.
How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm gonna be 21 in 6 months. 5 months.
Okay, she's a little bit there. She's like, what are they for? It's like, well, they're to get me into bars so I can drink. You know, she didn't say that. I could go to the club with these.
I can go places.
You know, I could go join the military right now and die for my country, but I can't go have a drink. So I had these fake IDs made.
Right. What do you think they're for, lady? Like, really? Like, come on.
They know what
She's
it's for.
20.
It's obvious. They just need her to say it so that they can. Well, at least she freaking didn't say that. God.
Where did you get it from?
One of my friends.
Your friend bought it for you?
Yes, I don't know.
Sounds like your friends do a lot for you.
So yeah, I got your friends do everything crazy. Why don't you tell us that you did it? You know, let me make you feel bad for blaming everything on your friends. So yeah, so
This is a rough one.
Girl should have shut her mouth. Shut her trap. not even consented to this. It would have been on our merry way already by now.
Yeah, definitely. Like, like it says, like, it's not the worst crime out there to be a stupid 20-year-old like that. She wasn't hurting anyone, you know.
Yeah, she seems really innocent. Like she wasn't harming anybody. Like
it's to say it is illegal. We'll say that, but it's like compared to some of the stories we read and what we're gonna read or watch in the next one, like not that bad.
This is like one of those situations where like this girl's gonna walk away after she's like with the friendly cops and never like cops again.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
she will never. No, she's gonna hate him.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, nope, never again.
It's a felony to be in possession of fraudulent driver's licenses and the marijuana vape pen. Okay, so unfortunately, I do have to place you under arrest.
Yep. Now you're under arrest. Thank you for working with us.
She's facing a felony.
A felony, Dane.
I'm mad, dude. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I hope those cops. Whoa, man.
They got her, man. Got her.
Knock off your shoe for me?
Hey, why did they have to take a shoe?
You almost knew that I was looking in that purse. Right?
Oh, and now they're gonna try to like, you knew.
Yeah, let me justify it.
Yeah, now you knew I was trying to look in your purse and you were trying to hide that, weren't you? Like they were zipped up in the thing anyway. Like, whatever.
It's okay, you can be honest.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Just don't talk anymore. Don't talk anymore. Don't talk no more.
Okay. Keep.
You know, just stop talking. Stop talking. You know.
Stop. Just stop. You're already under arrest. You're good. You're good. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Burying yourself.
Oh man. Oh, stinky cop, man.
It's okay, you can be honest.
Yes.
No, it's not my first day. I know it's here.
I'm not a bad kid.
I know you're not. Here. But I want this to be a lesson for you, okay?
Yeah, real lesson. Never trust cops at this point.
Exactly. Don't trust them.
The thing is, like,
you in the hole.
The thing is, she was stupid, and they seem, for the most part, they seem like they were decent cops. You know, that's the other thing. It's like they're just decent cops. You know, compared to some of the cops we've talked about. And they were just doing their jobs. They did it by the books for the most part, and yeah, at least it's one of those. It's one of those things. At least it went smooth, right? It's a stupid incident.
Could have gotten a lot worse.
It could have been wild. It could have been one of the wild stories we talk about. So yeah.
Yeah, I want you to get this felony charge. You're not a bad kid, but we're just gonna send you to prison. It's fine.
Wait, is that what felony is?
Yeah, federal. You go to prison, man.
Oh shit, man. Never mind.
20 years old. Your freedom is gone.
You're now a felon.
You might be trying to play the white card.
What a lesson you've learned.
Damn, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's literally a lesson you'll never learn. Night. There goes your college days that you're in right now.
Learned today. Man, I think the real lesson here is you should have said no to that search.
Man, you should have made them. You should have made them work for that money. High speed chase and all. Never pull over.
You know, it's not our first day on the road, all right?
I know. We knew you were up to no good. You put the little person to the bigger person. We just knew you're a felon. We got you.
Yeah, it's not our first rodeo. We knew as soon as we saw your car was towed.
Completely related.
Jeez, dude.
She was charged with possession of counterfeit IDs and possession of controlled substance. The charges were dropped after she completed 75 hours of community service with a nonprofit of her choice. Okay.
That's not that bad. Okay, we'll end that part there. But let's see here. Let me just kind of mute this a little bit. But for the most part, yeah, that's not bad. I think that's fair. Oh, actually, there's some stuff to it.
Learning valuable lessons the hard way. Never to trust friendly cops and never consent to a frivolous searches. I hope she passes that lesson to all of her friends, family, and children. Oh man, but yeah, she did get good for her getting the charges dropped for community service as a bonus. She learned to hate the police. Way to go, ladies. Yeah, but I mean, you know, shouldn't have had illegal stuff. But it's like,
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But also shouldn't have just like given the cops permission to do everything. You know, I watch a lot of like lawyer stuff. Like, oh my.
Okay, but yeah, it's a stupid incident. No real harm was done. Stupid decisions were made.
He shouldn't procreate. That's what I'm saying. Just saying. We don't need more people like that. Don't procreate, please. It would
Alright.
save you and the family a lifetime of horrendous shit.
All right, let's kind of jump into the next story. Similar to this, so just give us 1 second, everyone. Okay, and we're back. So let's we're gonna be watching She Is Horrible, with Charlie, aka Penguin Zeros, aka Moist Critical.
A drunk driving lawyer was recently arrested after flipping her car, and the footage from the arrest has just been released by a YouTube channel called Police Watch, and I thought it'd be fun to go over.
We should start probably checking out this YouTube channel at this point.
That'd be a good idea.
Over it because goodness gracious, heavens to Betsy, it is an interesting one. This lady is truly horrible.
Hello. Did you call?
I don't know where the grill is yet.
Oh, so for anyone who's listening to this, the YouTube channel is called Police Watch. The video that we are reacting to, along with Charlie, is entitled "Drunk Woman Crashes and Flips Her Car, Then Acts Like a Complete Brat." So if anyone wants to, so if anyone wants to watch the specific video, that is the video. Holy shit!
Whose car is this?
So, okay, so what we're seeing on the screen, if you're not watching this, okay, so I forget we have to also kind of explain what's happening on the. We're seeing it's nighttime as we're watching the body cam footage. There is a car on its side.
On its side, yep.
And
some pieces on the floor.
Some pieces on the floor. There's we'll probably be hearing this individual talk in a moment. They're trying to see. They look like they're the people from the house. That's what it looks like. And yeah, it looks bad. It looks bad. So let's continue.
That's my grandson's, and it was parked right here. He hasn't went anywhere all day. And
Is everybody okay?
yeah,
Okay.
everybody's
All right,
okay.
I'll just have you guys hang out over there for now, okay?
Now you're all brought up to speed with the lore here, the context of the situation. An intoxicated woman was driving her vehicle, hit a parked car, which caused her vehicle to flip and land on its side.
Okay.
This actually looks like something out of GTA when you ramp off of a parked tow truck, but you don't fully land the stunt.
Hello. Not a single fuck was given this day.
That is just, yeah. Okay, so we're currently watching as the person in question is digging into her car from the sunroof.
Looks like you might have crashed your car, huh?
Oh my gosh. Hi. Yeah, I'm Rachel. Nice to meet
Rachel?
you.
Did you hear what she said? Let's. Okay, let's rewind.
Yeah, my name is Rachel.
Let's rewind that a little bit.
Crash your car, huh?
Oh my gosh. Hi. Yeah, I'm Rachel. Nice to meet
Rachel?
you.
Oh my god! Like, oh my god! Did you crash your car?
Eli, nice to
my
meet you. What's going on?
God.
How'd this happen?
I don't know.
Almost immediately, this officer
don't know.
had me giggling because he's
Yeah.
speaking to her like he's speaking to a puppy. Like, oh, hello there. Oh, well, what's going on? You got a toy? What's happening over here? And then we're introduced to our protagonist, Rachel. And when asked what happened, she goes for the tried and true method, a timeless classic, playing dumb. Geez. Oh, man. Boy, howdy. I don't know how this happened. What is the car doing on its side? That can't be right. What a confounding mystery we're faced with, officer?
You're not sure?
Yeah,
It's your car?
this is my vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Well, how did it end up on its side?
Out of your mind?
Do you know? Did it just...
I mean, obviously it didn't just.
Right.
Oh my god, she is wild.
My fault.
I see a kid's seat. There wasn't a kid in here when this happened, was there? Okay.
No children
Oh, that is scary. That is scary.
here. Obviously, this didn't just happen by itself.
Right.
So that.
Were you driving it?
You're going to quickly realize that obviously is Rachel's favorite word in the English language. She uses the word obviously more than a teenager uses the word like. It started to lose meaning for me with how often she was saying it during this video. But she's trying to explain that it is her vehicle that's ended up on its side, but She doesn't really understand how it happened. Obviously, something must have happened, but what? We've got to get to the bottom of this, officer. We got to figure out how my car ended up like this. Perhaps a strong gust of wind? Spontaneous tornado? Unlikely. But what about Godzilla stomping around causing a bit of shaking on the road, which caused my car to pop up on two wheels, Dukes of Hazzard style, and just flip? I don't know, officer. There's a lot of things that could have led to this, obviously.
Yeah, you gotta love his wording. You gotta love critical wordings.
So, I mean, do you always
one
ask
for
redundant questions, or you just ask questions?
I just ask questions. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. That's all.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
Rachel, right?
It is Rachel. It's nice. Yeah. I was just driving down the road, and then on
10-4,
my
can you order?
vehicle.
So were you driving this way?
Yeah, obviously. That's the way the vehicle's facing. So.
Why do you keep saying obviously?
Well, I mean, I think.
The officer's asking too, why do you keep saying obviously? He just rolled up to the scene. Pulling up to a scene with a fucking rolled over car on its side isn't exactly the most normal thing ever. That's not something that just spontaneously happens. Especially on like a not busy residential street with nothing around. This is a fucking barren, empty area here. It's like she just crashed outside of Courage the Cowardly Dog's house in the middle of nowhere. So clearly the officer doesn't know all of the details around how this could have possibly happened. So he's asking you. I don't know why she's so combative already. I mean, obviously, I know why she's so combative, because she is annihilated. She is extremely drunk.
Yeah, we get the... Yeah, she is not in her right state of mind. Definitely. It's disappointing when, compared to the last this incident we were talking about, it can get very dangerous out there. And
no telling where the alcohol stops and the blood starts in her body anymore. She is doing her best to try and find some way of weaseling herself out of this situation. A car turned on its side here isn't just some like random thing that happens. So her going, obviously I was driving in this direction, there was a car, and well, one thing leads to another, and now look at the pickle we're in. Yeah, you know, it happens all the time. Why are you making a big deal out of it, officer? Do you always ask such redundant questions?
Okay?
yeah.
I was avoiding a deer. I rode it. I don't know. I scurried along. I'm trying to avoid it. I almost hit a squirrel the other day.
With this scene is pretty obvious, so
okay.
I don't think there's much left.
Oof. Oh, I see. She hit that car. Okay.
Did you just not see the car on the side of the road, or?
Okay, so what we're looking at right now is that the cops are looking straight ahead, and we can see it looks like she might have bumped into it and it whipped her car across, because we can kind of see pieces of the vehicle on the ground. That's what we're kind of seeing.
How did it end up getting hit?
There was no car on the side of the road.
There wasn't?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Rachel, I am looking at the car on the side of the road that you hit. It's still right there. It hasn't despawned. It's sitting right there. You looked at it. The officer's trying to light at it. Did she drink herself blind or something? What are you talking about? The car you hit is still right there, staring you in the face, staring a hole through your soul. I don't know why she's trying to like pretend it's not there.
There was a car driving this way. I was clearly driving in my lane.
Okay.
Okay, now she's like, okay.
Go ahead.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
She's trying to cast like a genjutsu on the officer here to convince him that there was another car driving and that's the one that's actually at fault. Clearly she was in the correct lane, like a good law-abiding citizen and a very not drunk good driver. And then all of a sudden things went cattywampus and it's all that other driver's fault that was driving this way. And then the officer goes over to the vehicle that she hit, the parked car, and then she still tries to continue this ruse that she did everything right and yet can't explain how her car ended up on its side. Oh my god. And the entire time she still stays so condescending, so insufferable.
Where are you coming from tonight, Rachel?
I was coming from my friend's house on the south of town.
On south of town?
South. Yeah.
Okay.
Super
was there anyone in the vehicle with you when this happened?
No, there was nobody with me, and I can tell you, like, there was obviously
You had anything to drink tonight, Rachel?
no, I
You
haven't.
can just be honest with
Just be honest. Let's just use that term from now on. Cops, just be honest.
Yeah, I think that's what we're saying. This is the word of the week. Just be honest.
Well, I'm convinced she's stone cold sober. Well, now we just gotta find the guy who's responsible for flipping her car over, that hooligan, absolute scoundrel. I also don't understand what she started doing with her hands there. She just goes like, obviously, and then starts doing like a John Cena, you can't see me. So I don't know what she was trying to do there. It looked like she was about to bust out a fucking anime move with that one, or start going into like some crazy dance moves like a body wave or something.
No,
it's not gonna incriminate you any further. Or anything like
no,
that.
I know. Nope, no.
Nothing to drink, huh?
Not since 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Time is it now? 2200.
6 hours.
So technically, no, it's 1800 in military time. So that's only 7 hours later, right? No.
No.
22. That's 6 hours. Yeah, you're right. You're
6 hours.
You're
Yeah,
good.
6 hours.
So I would
About a
say.
few hours, huh?
Yeah. Like.
What did you have at 6?
I had what we considered a beer cocktail, I guess.
How much alcohol would you say is in that?
It's a 4%. 4%.
Okay.
Yeah.
4%.
We know
She's
she.
either a lightweight or she drank many of those lightweight.
Are you out of your mind?
Just had one of them.
Yeah, it's just.
Or she had a giant one.
Fine.
A beer cocktail, Rachel.
One big
Do you
glass,
think me
right?
a
It's
fool?
like this
Are you
big.
pulling my leg? A beer cocktail? Kind of fucked up alchemy is that? What kind of awful potion? You kidding me? That's the best you could come up with here? You expect anyone in the world to believe that you drank one beer cocktail? Jiminy Christmas. And you were doing such a great job with your acting performance. This display was immaculate. I was almost convinced, Rachel. I really was.
Yes, very convincing. Isn't she? She's a good actress.
If I played it on mute, maybe. Every single word she has said, she hasn't been able to get out without it being slurred. She is unable to form a coherent sentence.
True.
She is lost in a fucking fantasy land right now,
Obviously.
stranded in Narnia here, doing her absolute best to try and explain away how her car is on her side, when I am pretty sure she doesn't even know how it happened because she is so fucking drunk.
We were at a fantasy football draft tonight.
That
so.
explains the jersey. You a Cowboy?
Yeah, that's why I'm in
Cowboys
New
fan?
Jersey. Yeah, I'm
You
a
are?
Cowboys fan.
All right.
But yeah, I just had one cocktail. It was a I don't know the brand name of the cocktail. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Not bad,
But I know it was 4% alcohol.
Don't worry, Rachel.
I don't know. She's not. Yeah, she's screwed. No matter what. This is. It's one
obvious.
of the. It's
obvious.
It's obvious here. It's like it's one of those things where I'm like, come on, guys. What's good?
I'll go ahead and dunk this alley-oop you've tossed me. I think I know what the brand name was of the cocktail you consumed. Was it perhaps a Liar's Light? Or what about a untruthful brew? You're a liar. What I'm saying, Rachel, is you are literally lying. This is ridiculous. You make me sick.
So here's the deal, Rachel.
So here's the deal. I won't answer any more of your questions.
Damn. Damn.
What? She was answering
Went
them.
from nice to dirty.
You're not going to answer any more of my questions?
No.
Okay. Well, you don't have to answer anything.
If you'd like to know. Nope. Actually, Rachel? I'll let you know what's going on from now. Because you've superseded your rights of asking me questions. Hi, ma'am.
Oh shit, Rachel's in control now. She's taken the helm. She's in charge. She's got all the power now. Uh-oh. The tables have turned.
Nope. And so any more questions you have, you can talk to my attorney.
Okay, that's fine. At that point, that's fine, right? Just
Yeah.
you're not.
I mean, she does know clearly her Miranda rights, so good on her.
Case closed. There's nothing they can do anymore. Rachel invoked the power of attorney, which obviously clears her of any wrongdoing with the drunk driving and hitting a parked car, flipping her vehicle on the road here. So, hey, it was a good try from the officers, but unfortunately Rachel proved to be too powerful, too knowledgeable on the law. And that's no doubt because she herself is a lawyer. A damn good one at that, too. Up there with the greats, like Saul Goodman and Billy Mitchell.
Phone, wallet, keys, anything like that?
No, honey.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Okay. You ready? Let's go.
Rachel refused to do any of the field sobriety tests. They arrested her on suspicion of DWI, and Rachel continued to be an insufferable asshole the entire time, even dropping one of those honeys in there. So, still condescending. It's actually pretty impressive how even in the midst of all of this, she continues to be an absolute asshole. It's actually kind of wild. I wonder what she's like sober. I bet this is her toned down. I bet when she's sober, she's like 10x this. Like when she goes to a Cowboys game, I bet she's like fighting with every single other fan in the stadium. Like she's going around just starting shit with everyone, spitting on them.
I mean, did you assume I was operating under alcohol, or had you been assured by some sort of test? You just assumed, right? Correct? And is our conversation being recorded?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Correct? So you assumed I was operating my vehicle.
You assume I was operating the vehicle. The only person...
You already admitted this. You admitted this a whole hour ago, pretty much. You were the only person in the vehicle, right?
Correct? Is that correct? Yes or no?
Rachel, we're not going to have this conversation.
Okay, so that was correct, right? That's why you arrested me. You assumed I was operating my vehicle. Correct?
She spends a considerable amount of time in the back of the police car trying to mega mind her way out of this situation, a fucking Jimmy Neutron brain blast. So she's trying to reverse this, like interrogate them. Oh, you assumed I was the one driving the vehicle, correct? And yeah, yes, you admitted to that, Rachel. You yourself confirmed you were the one operating the vehicle, but I'm sure she's already forgotten that. Like, the only thing she's remembering consistently is her name. So she's already in a rough state, but she's trying her absolute best here to try and find the right dialogue tree option to get out of here, but it doesn't exist. And it is so annoying listening to her try this, like, you assumed I was under the influence, correct? You didn't administer any tests, correct? Even though they tried to, but she declined to do the tests. So yes, they're going by the very clear indicators that you are drunk with the way you're speaking, as well as the smell of alcohol on her breath. Now, I was honestly expecting her to try some very unhinged tactics here, like maybe making a secondhand smoke style argument like, okay, the smell of alcohol on my breath, interesting. I only had one beer cocktail. Perhaps the reason that you're smelling alcohol so strongly from my breath is because all of my friends were drinking so much at the fantasy football party that my proximity to them coated my mouth, thus leading to this methodus of alcohol that you're smelling. I didn't drink anything more than one beer cocktail. I am not drunk. I am a victim of secondhand alcohol.
Secondhand alcohol. I gotta use that one next time.
I think that's my rephrase on. I'm just second-hand alcohol.
I won't talk anymore, dear. You never read me my Miranda rights or told me what I was under the arrest for. So I was looking for some clarification because my Miranda rights were never read, and you also never told me what I was under the arrest for. Do you remember that part? It's a bitch when you arrest a lawyer.
The amount of time she gets us with a bait and switch by saying, I'm done talking, or you'll just have to speak to my attorney from now on, that's it for me, only to continue just fucking vomiting a bunch of nonsense, is so wild. She just has this inability to shut the fuck up. She just keeps going and keeps being an insufferable asshole. Now she drops a bombshell here, a plot twist that Game of Thrones could have never even written, that has me scratching my head a little bit. It's a very interesting claim that I have to call objection on. She insinuates that she is a lawyer. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I haven't passed the bar, which means I can sniff out when other people haven't passed the bar as well. And oh brother, does she stink. She reeks of lying and deception here. I don't think she's a lawyer at all. I think what likely is the case is that she read a single Twitter thread from some pseudo-intellectual that tried to lecture about, here's how you get out of any situation involving the authorities. And then she's taking it as though she's some kind of knowledgeable lawyer or something now because of it. Because she is wrong on everything. She's saying that they didn't tell her what she's being taken in for, even though they explicitly told her that it's going to be for the OWI. Like, they made it very clear. She just immediately forgot because she is fucking hammered. And then she's talking about the Miranda rights not being read to her. And now take this with a grain of salt, because like I mentioned, I am also not a lawyer. But from everything I've read, they don't need to read you your Miranda.
Police are not required to read your Miranda rights before or during arrest. While some officers may choose to do so, they are only legally obligated to Mirandize suspects who are being questioned in custody. Okay, good to know.
Miranda rights until it is like a complete formal investigation. It's just everything you say before those rights are read can't be used by them.
We just kind of let you like walk into those things. But you didn't read me my Miranda rights, and you also didn't tell me what I was under arrest for.
Okay, we kind of get the gist of this, so give us 1 second, everyone.
Obviously.
What are your final thoughts on kind of this last story?
That is hilarious.
It's one of those things where, once again, with the cops,
she's truthful up to a point. When she sees the second cop, she's like, nope, over. Talk to my attorney. Blah, 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 blah. And it's just spewing the vomit out. Like, okay, you're done. Just stop. Just stop.
yeah, talk about from going to, it sounds like these are another set of decent cops, and it's just a bad arrest team at this point. A horrible one. It's one of those things like they could have definitely hurt someone, and like a lot. That's where
for sure.
This is one of those things where like they were being honest and got what they deserved. You know, like this is someone who, with that, it's not really malicious intent, but it's negligible intent, I would say. No, is negligence really intent? It's not really intent if you're negligible. Anyway, but you know what I mean. Everyone knows what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I mean, technically, you don't know if there was anybody in the car too when that happened.
Mostly when you heard the police officers.
Because you never know inside sitting in a car. Okay, you know, sometimes it takes a couple minutes. Like I'm gathering my stuff up to leave my car. You wouldn't think that you're gonna be hit, but you never know these days.
So we'll see. It's crazy. We might keep an eye on Police Watch channel on YouTube to see if there's any other wild stuff on there in the coming year and go from there. But yeah, wild. I hope she gets what she deserves, because yeah. I think those are our final thoughts for that last story. Those were the last two videos from Cinematose Ken and Penguin Z/Charlie. But yeah, that's gonna be our final thoughts. This is gonna be the last episode of the year. We do appreciate you joining us for this year. We're going to be taking a break. You won't see us until next year, or listen to us till next year. Unless you're watching YouTube, there might be a review or something going up there. But as far as the Convoluted podcast is concerned, this is going to be the last episode for the year. We do appreciate you joining us. Join us again next year when we're going back up. Hope you have a good holidays, whatever you celebrate. Have a safe New Year's. Do not end up like that lady.
Don't end up like Rachel.
Don't end up like Rachel.
Bruh.
Obviously. Obviously, yes. And like I said, if you wanna give us a gift for the holidays, share the show on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, X/Twitter. Just share the show. Yeah. Oh God, so much. And then tell a friend. You know, you're going to gatherings. Tell people about the show. Let them know. Help us grow for the next year. But yeah, so everyone, thanks again for listening or watching. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next year. Bye.
Bye.